You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you can never imprison my mind. Mahatma Gandhi. Hello there and welcome. This is Rujit Dave and this is the third episode in the series on mental faculties. This time it is reasoning. Reasoning factor is your mental faculty that lets you choose your thoughts. There is a power that flows to and through you. And as that power flows through your consciousness, you can create anything you want. That's where the freedom lies. You can think about anything you want. The great world leaders, the leaders of the world have mutually disagreed upon many things, but they have all agreed upon one thing. You and I become what we think about. Our reasoning factor is the mental tool that we think with. You know what is a sad truth? Most people don't think. Well, that may sound amusing, but it's true. Earl Nightingale is considered as the dean of personal motivation. He used to say, if you ask 10 people walking down the road, what are they thinking? They would be speechless. The great education reformist, Dr. Kermit Fawley, he used to say, 2% of the people think, 3% think they think, and 95% would actually rather die than think. Henry Ford used to point out, thinking is the hardest thing there is. That is why most people don't do it. Now you may say, well, everybody thinks. Here is the hard fact. Everybody doesn't. Do one thing. Stand back and observe people's behavior. See what they are doing. You'll quickly realize they would never do what they are doing if they were thinking. Or listen to their conversation. They would never be saying something if they were thinking. That's right. And then you'll ask, well, if so many people don't think, how are they functioning? Well, here's the truth. People trick themselves into believing that mental activity is thinking. It is not. Mental activity constitutes of stimulus and response. What does that mean? Most people live in a reaction mode. What is that reaction mode? Something happens to them and they react to them. Most of their mental activity consists of reacting to people's things, reacting to situations, reacting to circumstances. You know how foolish that is? All the great leaders in the world, all the major personalities have always lived in an action mode, not in a reaction mode. And that is what I want to tell you today. Mental activity does not constitute thinking. Think about yourself. When was the last time you originated an original thought of yourself? Other than thinking about the things going around you, thinking about the situations around you, when was the last time that you thought about something really weird, something really extraordinary? Well, you may keep on guessing, but I tell you, it was long back. Or maybe never. How does this mental faculty benefit us? Now, here is the important part. Your reason allows you to choose the thoughts that you want to believe in. Now, stay with me here. Your reasoning factor is very crucial in forming your beliefs. Why? When there are situations around you, you are hit with information each and every day. There is information coming you through all sources. You are always targeted through TV, radio, all media channels today. But guess what? You have a reasoning factor which can filter out and scrutinize those information and let only those information that you want pass through them. So how to develop this reasoning factor? Reasoning factor can only be developed through sharpening your logic. You see around yourself, there are people believing in most stupid things. I've seen people, great education, gone through the school with highest degrees, but still they would believe in things which any person would believe, silly. They would believe in superstitions and black magic and whatnot sort of that. Why is that? because they are not using their reasoning faculty to scrutinize the information that is coming to you. See, information is coming to you in enormous amount. We are living in the information age. Do you know what that means? You open WhatsApp, there's information. You open Facebook, there's information. You open any damn social media platform, there is a bunch and a lot of information coming to you. You know what? You don't scrutinize it. You don't fact check it. You don't analyze it with logical point of view. And what do? You simply believe them. But that's a problem, and I tell you why. Because the moment that you stop analyzing the information that is coming to you, you are vulnerable to all the fake information that's going on around. And you don't want to do that to yourself. Make it a habit that any piece of new information comes to you, scrutinize it, analyze it, read about it, fact check it, make sure it is hard-based and absolute truth. And then only you can go on and believe it. You know what? People for ages have believed that the earth is flat. Well, yes. I mean, you will think that it is ridiculous, but no. And I feel ashamed to tell there are people still now that they believe the earth is flat. Why do you think that is? Well, because see around yourself. You don't see where it's turning. As far as you go, it's still flat. And there is a dome around us. So people still believe that we are living on a flat surface. When did we find out that the earth is a sphere? When we actually went out of the earth to the moon and saw the earth from there, and we're like, holy crap, that's a sphere. Well, that's how important reason is. You know what? Even today, in India, 50% of population, I can bet and tell you, won't cross the road if a black cat passes them through. And you know what? They have no hard fact based on that, but they are still believing it, and they are still behaving according to that belief, and they will continue to do so until they are presented with the facts otherwise. And that is why reasoning factor is very crucial. Don't believe in anything that you are presented with. Don't believe in any information that you are presented with. Scrutinize it, analyze it, and then if it is still having a hard base, then go on and believe it. You know why? Because your behavior is depicted by your beliefs. Come on, one more time. Behavior is preceded by beliefs. You will behave in a way which your belief says so. In most of the entrance tests in any institution, there is always a reasoning test. You know why that is? Because they want to check that you as an individual, how do you operate? How does your mind takes a piece of information and then derives another information from that? They want to test how effective it is and how important that is to making your decisions in life. This mental faculty is very beneficial in keeping a clear and concise vision for you and a concise vision for your goals. So, let's start by analyzing your beliefs. Ask yourself this question. Whenever you are prompted with a superstition or belief, ask yourself, why do I believe this? Do I have a strong enough reason to back this belief? And you'll find in 90% some cases you don't. You believe them because you either inherited them or somebody gave it to you and you accepted it without scrutiny. Do not let any thought, any fact, any information pass through your mind without scrutiny. That's it, guys, for this episode. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm loving the feedback that you're giving me. Keep them coming. Hit the subscribe button below if you have not still. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.